Arne Slot's first year at Liverpool has been closely watched by fans and pundits alike, and now a major development has emerged behind the scenes. The Dutchman has quickly stamped his identity on the team, winning the league title in his first season, which has given the club plenty to think about regarding the future. With new reports surfacing over Slot's position, Liverpool's long-term plans under their manager could be about to take an important turn. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Alexander Isak took a huge step towards full fitness by playing his first full 90 minutes in almost 5 months as Sweden lost 2-0 to Switzerland on Friday. After 4 starts and 2 substitute appearances for the Premier League champions over the last 4 weeks, Isak was finally able to complete his first 90 minutes of the campaign in Solna on Friday. It was his first since the final day of last season with Newcastle, a 1-0 loss to Everton. However, the striker, who started alongside £64 million Arsenal forward Viktor Gyökeres, was unable to help Sweden secure a first win of the qualifying campaign. In the end, Jon Dahl Tomasson's side fell to a 2-0 defeat at the hands of Switzerland after goals from Granit Xhaka and Johan Manzambi. But it should have been a different story for the home side, who had several golden opportunities to break the deadlock before Xhaka's penalty midway through the second half. One of those chances came after Isak's restored sharpness saw him capitalise on a hesitant piece of defending by Manuel Akanji and race half the length of the field to square the ball across the face of goal, only for Tottenham's Lucas Bergvall to miss from 6 yards out. Isak, though, was one of the only members of the Sweden squad to end the night with any sort of credit, as the match allowed him to take huge strides towards returning to both form and fitness. In fact, Swedish publication Expressen described Liverpool's number 9 as quick in the flesh and in the head. Meanwhile, Fotbollskanalen rued Bergvall's miss, insisting the midfielder should have done better to earn Isak an assist on his full outing in 138 days. Isak also hit the inside of the post with an effort in the 26th minute on a night that saw Sweden fail to manage a single shot on target. The Swede has endured a disrupted start to the new season after not featuring for Newcastle in the summer before his acrimonious deadline day exit last month. As a result, he arrived on Merseyside without 90 minutes under his belt since May, and in need of his own bespoke fitness plan. The situation has meant that Liverpool have had to keep a close eye on the 26-year-old, as he has spent the early weeks of his Anfield career rotating with Hugo Ekitike in order to build up his match fitness. Regardless of the result, Friday's match in Sweden can only be viewed as good news for Liverpool, with Isak now nearing the end of his mini pre-season, just in time for Man United's visit to Anfield next weekend. Now, in a huge Arne Slot contract reveal, Arne Slot is expected to sign a new Liverpool contract in the near future, with the Dutchman's agent in the process of working on an extension to his current deal. Slot may be enduring the worst run of results of his entire coaching career at present, but his position in charge of Liverpool is certainly not in question. Having delivered the Premier League title in his first season, the 47-year-old side are currently second in the table after a summer of unprecedented change. Liverpool are clearly prepared to back Slot, and that will include a new long-term contract. The Mail's Lewis Steele reports that an extension to his initial 3-year deal is in the works, with the club in contact with Slot's agent Rafaela Pimenta. Slot signed until 2028 upon his appointment last summer, with Dutch publication De Telegraaf reporting that was worth a basic wage of €8 million per year. Given his success so far, that could increase by a significant amount, with the former Feyenoord coach now widely considered one of the best in his field worldwide. Having resolved the contract situations of Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Salah at the end of last season and overseen their biggest single window spend in history, it would be no surprise if Liverpool's focus now shifted to Slot. Talks are also ongoing with the representatives of Ibrahima Konate, while a decision will be made over Andy Robertson, with their terms expiring in 2026. But with the squad in an otherwise stable position, tying down only their second ever Premier League winning coach will be a priority. For his part, Slot has given no indication that he would not wish to extend his stay at Anfield. And in fact, speaking in May, he said, "If there is ever a club where you can work for multiple years, it will probably be Liverpool. It is definitely true that I am working at a club where managers work for a long time," he told the Liverpool Echo. "It is a different time, but if there is ever a club where you can work for multiple years, it will probably be Liverpool. I could see myself staying a long time, but it is kind of arrogant to say it if you have only been here a year that you will be here for 9 years. I don't think it will be enough if after 5 years I say, 'Do remember that in my first year, I won the league title.'" In other news, Arne Slot has been handed his first setback of the international window as concerns grow over the availability of Alexis Allister ahead of Liverpool's crucial clash with Manchester United at Anfield. The Argentine midfielder has been a central figure in Slot's side this season, starting all but one of Liverpool's Premier League fixtures as the Reds look to defend their league crown. However, a scheduling issue with Argentina's upcoming friendly could now see him return to Merseyside later than anticipated, a disruption that threatens to leave Slot without one of his most trusted midfielders for one of the biggest games of the season. Liverpool's 2-1 defeat away to Chelsea last weekend saw them slip to second place in the table, 1 point behind Arsenal, who capitalised with a 2-0 win over West Ham. The result capped off a difficult run for Slot's side, with 3 consecutive defeats across all competitions denting their early season momentum. The international break, while often seen as a nuisance for managers, may have arrived at an ideal moment for the Dutchman to reset, recalibrate, and address his team's dip in form. Yet even that opportunity comes with complications. According to recent reports, Argentina's friendly against Puerto Rico is set to be delayed by a day and relocated from Chicago to Florida. While that may seem a minor alteration, the logistical knock-on effects could prove problematic for Slot. The rearranged schedule would leave Allister with less recovery time before Liverpool's return to domestic action, and given the travel distance involved, fatigue may become a serious factor. Slot will not want to risk his midfielder's fitness for such a high-intensity fixture, meaning the 26-year-old could start on the bench or miss out entirely when United visit Anfield. The timing could hardly be worse. Liverpool are already without goalkeeper Alisson Becker and young defender Giovanni Leone through injury, leaving Slot's options more limited than he would prefer. If Allister is unavailable, Florian Wirtz appears the most straightforward replacement in the number 10 role. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.